Well, what we're having within the Addis Ababa capital city, where the rebels threatened that they would approach, we are having heightened security, and this is under a state of emergency that was declared for the next 6 months. So we are also having the government recalling and asking those who had left the military to come back to the military and be on standby to support the government in the fight against these rebels. The biggest challenge is probably the rebels having captured a city about 400 kilometers from the capital and threatening that they would come in. And then another challenge we have is 9 anti-government political parties having signed an agreement to have a transitional government without the current prime minister, and saying that they do not recognize this leadership. So it is a lot of tension. We can people still going to work here within the capital, but you can feel the security presence. They are doing house-to-house checks, as well as we've seen the Ethiopia Human Rights Commission saying that people are being arrested on ethnic background. So a lot is happening concerning security issues.
Now, along those lines and some of the things you're describing, have people essentially been retreating to their own tribes at this point, or is there still signs of the old order present here in terms of people working together? Where have the lines been drawn now within Ethiopia?
Well, what we have right now is a situation whereby the government says it cannot negotiate with terrorists, and that means the rebel group. And on the other side, the rebel group saying that they do not recognize the current prime minister. Quite a hectic situation in terms of different efforts that are being put, or different calls being put both locally and internationally for peace to come into effect. We've reached a point whereby people are confused on what aspects in terms of platforms will be offered for peace. As we are speaking right now, the African Union Peace and Security Council is meeting to discuss the issue in Ethiopia, and the African Union is struggling to use a special envoy to try and convince both parties to at least come to the table. But we have seen the citizens as well as the government holding a protest yesterday on Sunday against what they say Western interference into their own issues, as well as media. They're also saying Western media is interfering to their own issues. So how it will move forward is really a matter of wait and see, as every day becomes a very long day here because of the conflict.
Now, it may heavily depend on who you ask, but what is the public sentiment right now towards Tigray in general, towards Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed? How's the public viewing this?
Well, different reactions really from different parts of the citizenry. I mean, we have those who support and say that the Prime Minister is on the right track to try and bring the northern region down to peace and order and law and order, and to also try and completely eliminate the Tigray People's Liberation Front rebel group. There are those who feel that it has gone overboard, and probably the government needs to sit down and have a peace talks, one or the other, with whatever group it deems fit. And there are those who want to stay away and don't want to talk about politics, because based on the past 27 years when the TPLF actually enjoyed a lot of power, getting into politics really put people in a lot of problems. So we have those who support, those who don't support, and those who prefer just to be neutral, and those who are leaving the country.
Well, thank you for all the updates here, and stay safe there. Journalist in Addis Ababa, Coletta Wanjohi.